What are we just generally excited for that might not be a best movie, like Umer's favorite movies like Ant-Man. So we'll discuss everything. We're gonna go through the whole list. But Ziad, I'm gonna start with you on this one. Let's make it easy to three. But I think we're all gonna say basically the same run of movies, but I'm trying to make some kind of differences here. So try to keep it 3 lists maybe. What are the 3 movies you're most looking forward to?
For 3, it's tough, but I think number 1 will probably be Oppenheimer. Obviously, anytime Christopher Nolan is dropping a film, it's going to be something amazing, and he's going to go all out. Which also we're hearing from his all the stuff that's coming out about the things he's attempting for this movie. So I think it's going to be a very crazy film. And
why don't you tell in case someone in chat doesn't know, what is he attempting for this movie?
I don't know if I could say it in risk of demonetization or not, but he's like building like a replica workable nuclear bomb for the purposes of the movie, So clearly Christopher Nolan, like, that's his thing. He has to go all out in any movie he does. And so I think that would be number 1 for me.
He doesn't have to. He doesn't have to do that,
It's just his thing. He's crazy. He's a crazy guy. So, but obviously that it translates very well for his films. And they're obviously just top of the class every year when they come out. So I think this is just going to be another one of those amazing films, and that'll probably be my number 1. Number 2 is difficult, but I guess I'd have to say Spider-Verse, just because the first Spider-Verse movie is honestly one of the greatest animated films of all time, and probably my second favorite or third favorite Spider-Man film of all time. So I think just the hype surrounding the second one is going to be so huge, and hopefully it's going to be even better than the first. It has huge shoes to fill because the first one was obviously perfect. So
the fact that the PS1 Spider-Man is showing up should be enough for that movie to be up there.
That's true. But yeah, obviously with the cameos and everything that's involved in that movie, I think it's just gonna go all out and go crazy. So number 3 is actually hard because I don't know. There's a lot of films, but I guess Dune would be 3rd for me. I think that it'll obviously be the first one was obviously a very amazing film, and a lot of people's complaints were that it felt like it was just a lot of setup for the whole film. But I think now that finally a lot of the foundation and a lot of the world building is done, now they can just go crazy. And then with the addition of the cast that's coming with Florence Pugh, I think was one of them, and Austin Butler, they're going even more crazy with the cast. So I think it's just going to be even better than the first one, and I have very high hopes for it.
Samir, I'm gonna actually go to you second. I'm gonna jump to your top 3 next. Do you agree with Zion? Disagree with Zion? What's your top 3 looking like?
I think my top 3 is basically the same as Jan's, but just different order. I guess I put Dune first because I was a big fan of the first one, and then I put Spider-Verse second, and then Oppenheimer. Just because I don't really care for Oppenheimer, like the story that much. I mean, it's Nolan, so it's gonna be good, and that's what makes it good. But I'm not that intrigued by Oppenheimer as like a concept for a movie. And Spider-Verse looks amazing, obviously from the trailers. Can't wait to see Spectacular Spider-Man, obviously. So that's why I have it second. And then Dune was my favorite movie of what it come out 2021.
Yeah.
Yes. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to it.
Umar, I'm gonna go to you next before I close this off. Like, what is your?
Mine is the same as Samir. There's no point in it.
Why don't you say it? No, I want you to say it. We got to fill some airtime here.
Well,
like, I'm not saying it's Samir, but let's go bloviate a little bit.
All right, so Dune number 1, Across the Spider-Verse number 2, and Oppenheimer number 3. Now the thing is that Dune, I fell asleep in the first one, and I fell asleep multiple times. Like I watched it multiple times, I fell asleep multiple times, and I always fell asleep at the moment where they're going through they're going through like they're traveling or whatever. I forgot what the hell it's called. They're in that little pod. They're going through it. I was also going through it in my sleep. But once I woke up and kind of understood what's going on, I was very interested in it. Actually, you know what? Now that I'm talking, I'm gonna change my thing. I'm gonna cross Spider-Verse number 1, then Dune Part 2, and then Oppenheimer. Now I don't really. It's whatever. Like I'm not really excited for the thing.
You didn't mention the Flash. I thought the Flash would be in there.
No, I hate the Flash.
Oh, what about What else came out this year for DC?
There's
Aquaman,
Barbie. There's Killers of the Flower Moon. There's Mission Impossible.
John Wick 4.
John Wick 4, yeah.
I thought you for sure would have said Ant-Man. No Guardians of the Galaxy 3. No Aquaman 2. No
You know what? I'll go out on a limb here and say that Ant-Man's actually gonna be good. It'll be a 3 out of 5 movie, which is really good for MCU.
I guess that's not the worst thing in the world. For me, my top 3, it's gonna look similar. My top 3 looks similar to you guys, but my most anticipated is Dune Part 2. Like Samir, I think Dune is one of those movies. I think Dune is one of those movies that it's like Avatar in the sense, to go back into like last week's debate a little bit, where it's like these movies that are blockbusters, you see high spectacle, high budget, but it's done with the level of care in terms of writing, in terms of story, where you feel like you're watching something that's like, really immersive. And really, like when you're watching a movie, one of the things I want to go in for is I want to feel immersed by the world I'm watching, and I want to feel lost in that movie, because if you're
like
too aware,
like Avatar,
but if you're too aware that you're watching an SNL skit, like again, where we can bring up Thor: Love and Thunder, we can bring up Black Adam, we can bring up these movies where you feel like you're very aware that you're watching like pretty much a cartoon, but not in the disrespect of cartoon, like more like in like a bad cartoon, In this case, I was gonna say Spider-Verse is my second, because that is an animated movie, but again, the level of care that's put into Spider-Verse, you see it, and that's not just from a writing standpoint, but technically what they're doing with the animation is so unique that you have to give it incredible props. Though I will say the animated game has been stepping up in general. So Pinocchio last year was, one of the best movies. Actually, even the Puss in Boots movie, the Shrek spinoff, I saw some clips on social media. That looks fire. Like some of the
like Attack on Titan.
Yeah, the Attack on Titan homage they did. I was like, what are they doing? I'm like, this is kind of lit. So I haven't seen it though, so I can't give my full recommendation either way. But all I'm saying is that the animation game is stepping up, and I think Zion, you made this point about Pinocchio 2 weeks ago, where you said that like as long as not every single movie is like Disneyfied and like Pixar, like the Pixar style of movie making, which every single movie looked like for a good 10 years. Finally, we're getting to the point where people are making different type of movies and different type of animated series on the Western side. So that's all good. And my third is also Oppenheimer. It's more like I agree with Samir also in the sense where I'm not like incredibly interested in the man like Oppenheimer or his story or the nuclear bomb. Like I get it's another war movie that Nolan's been kind of dabbling into, because even Tenet in a sense could be considered a war movie. The reason I'm putting my third is I don't bet against the man. So it's like Nolan never fails, in my opinion, in terms of just give a great movie. So why am I going to bet against in this year? Even if I'm not really interested in the source material, I think he's going to pull out some of the stops. So I'll put it third place. But just because we don't have a top 3, I'm sure there are honorable mentions. So if there's a movie that wasn't in your top 3, Zion, what would you give?
Number 4 would probably be Mission Impossible. I think because it's the final 2 of the series, they're definitely going to go all out. I feel like it's going to be like I hate comparing MCU, but it's going to be like the Infinity War to Endgame, where Infinity War, they just went crazy and it ended in a very crazy way. And some people regard it as the best MCU movie of all time, better than Endgame. So I think Mission Impossible, Dead Reckoning, whatever, Part 1 will just go all out as well and just leave it on an amazing cliffhanger that will make the last part even more crazy. So I think that'll be number 4 for me. Should I say number 5 too, or just?
I mean, we'll kind of go around the room and just keep giving like more instead of. I haven't done my own ranking of it. I was just thinking more like just holistically, like what movies I'm interested in or not. But I will go to the comments next and see what the folks are saying. So I'll start with Alec first. He's saying Dune is number 1 for him. They're all going to be good. There's a lot of good stuff coming this year. I was thinking that 2023's slate looked better than 2022. So I do think we're heading into a better year of movies. Though 2022 was a good year as well. So we got Suhail jumping in saying that Barbie's definitely part of the top 3. I mean, come on. I mean, so this is funny because I was leaving Barbie for the discussion. I'll even bring it up now because Samir, I mean, you said that's going to be something. So.
I mean, that same day as Oppenheimer, and I'm not going to be at Oppenheimer. So.
Yeah. See, there you go. So of the 2 movies, I mean, people are saying that Barbie, like, not even in like now. I've been playing it seriously. Barbie could be good. Like, it could be a really good movie based on what they're trying to pull off. Again, for the Umers of the world, The Barbie movie is not going to be necessarily a movie about the doll, but they're doing kind of like a deconstructionist like.
Oh wow, yeah,
Doing the
deconstructed.
BVS
She's
of
gonna
the
she's gonna
BVS
start
of
killing. She's gonna start killing people, and then someone's gonna
well,
say her mom's name. She'll be like, "Oh God, I should do this."
they're doing the
And she's gonna
BVS.
do it again in the next scene.
They're doing the
Good job.
BVS of Barbie movies basically, and
This guy
Margot
loves
Robbie.
BVS, bro. I'm telling you.
Margot Robbie's playing Barbie, and then who's playing Ken? Ryan Gosling. So they're trying.
Pretty good cast. Pretty good.
It is. It's a good cast, and the fact that it's coming at the same day as Oppenheimer is so funny because one movie's like black and white, and the other movie's like all these colors and vibrancy, and they're going to be fighting in the box office. Though I do wonder if one of them is going to move. Like this could be a bit of a chess match between the studio, because remember, Barbie is a Warner Brothers movie. Oppenheimer is a Universal Studios movie. Warner Bros. Is a little angry that Nolan left the studio. So they might be placing one of their movies against it to kind of show him that, yo, we're good without you. But Nolan...
It's funny because in the argument, Nolan ended up being right and Warner Bros. Was wrong. So wrong on the streaming angle.
On the streaming angle, yeah. Like that whole...
If this is Nolan would be like, he would have stayed. And now he was right after all. It's all about being in theaters, all about cinema. Like streaming is dead for movies, kind of.
I think everyone knows. We discussed it ourselves during the pandemic. How many times that is the streaming going to take over theatrical? We were discussing it, and now we have our answer definitively. When you have like Avatar making $2 billion again, when you have Top Gun making $1.5 billion, the theater industry is back now, despite the pandemic still lingering. So Nolan was right in the end of the day against him and Warner Brothers. Though the consequence was he's at Universal now, which honestly is not a bad place to be. Like, I would love to see even like Zack Snyder go to Universal in the end, like after Netflix, because like seems like the right studio to be at. Also, it's the GOAT theme park, but that's beyond the point. So and then I'll go to my my little brother Sammy. He's saying that his most anticipated movie is Across the Spider-Verse. So I definitely agree. It's in all of our lists as anticipated movies. I think it's going to be very, very good. But yeah, so Samir, we discussed like what's in our top three, but is there any movie, we discussed Barbie too, is there any movie that wasn't in your top three that you would want, are you very interested in seeing, or potentially could be a dark horse for best movie of the year?
There are a lot of good ones, but for my fourth, I'd probably also say Mission Impossible. Just because I'm more invested in the franchise. If not that, then it would probably be John Wick 4, which looked great, but it's probably Mission Impossible. That little clip they showed or whatever before Avatar made me want to see it even more.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat. That clip before Avatar, I was like, okay, Tom Cruise is a crazy guy, but we'll go for it. Umar, I mean, we've discussed Oppenheimer, we've discussed Spider-Verse, we've discussed Dune, but is there a fourth movie that wasn't on the list? This is your time to see Guardians of the Galaxy 3. So
The Flash is obviously going to be real good. Especially when they show off that new Superman from that Wolf gang or whatever the stupid, whoever the new Superman is.
There's no new Superman right now, but yeah, that movie. I heard they're gonna be literally bringing Christopher Reeve scenes back for that movie from the old movies, but no Henry Cavill. So the Flash is doing its thing, for good or ill. But let's be honest, it's not in your top four. Is it in your top four? Maybe it is. Maybe you're just interested in seeing what happens.
No, it's not.
Maybe you're going for the chaos.
Yeah, I'll go for the chaos.
Yeah,
I'm excited to see what they do. Not really though, but I want to know what's going on. How they're gonna end off the previous stuff.
Well, in many ways, it could be considered the final DCU movie, whether we like it or not. Though I think Aquaman is still coming out after, but in many ways, it'll be the final movie of this.
They just end it all, bro.
Clearly they are, and they're going in flames. So Fatma's jumping in.
Look how happy, dude. I've never seen Samir this happy. Look at that smile, bro.
He was so excited. He's like, thank God.
He's so happy, bro.
Bro's all in for the reboot, isn't he?
Yeah, what is blood?
I just want to see other people not happy.
Meaning the three of us would have thought.
This guy's like the Joker, bro.
I'm gonna go to Fatma's list. She's saying Dune Part 2 is her number one, just like me. Her number 2 is Oppenheimer, and 3 is Spider-Verse, and there's a few others she's interested in. So her top 3 is the rest of our top 3s. I think I forgot if Umar had a different in his last pick, but all of us had the same top 3s. So you're right in it. So that's and in my fourth. So my fourth, I was gonna say Mission Impossible also, but don't be that guy, and I'll bring up Killers of the Flower Moon, which is Martin Scorsese's picture. His next movie coming out this year. Apparently, it has like a ballooned crazy budget Like he's one. It's one of the few times he's gotten like a ginormous budget to like do a movie. Who's in the movie again? Somebody. But his longtime partner Robert De Niro is going to be in the movie, including some others. It's actually about like a drug trafficking, like a cop movie, I think, or detective movie. And Jesse Plemons is playing like the main detective for the FBI. And it's going to be about like the cartels and stuff. So it could be interesting. I mean, it's Martin Scorsese again. I don't know what you guys thought about The Irishman. I thought it was great when I watched it. It's kind of declined a bit in quality in my head.
It was like 4 hours long.
It is 4 hours long, just like your other favorite movie, Zack Snyder Justice League. But it is 4 hours long. It's like 3.5 hours long. But and the other one is, you know, depending how you feel about Indiana Jones, it is like the last movie with Harrison Ford. Why you're saying no? Like James Mangold isn't a great.
Okay, think about the other last Indiana Jones movie, like the Crystal Skull or whatever. It was horrible. It was
a bad movie. But this is they're treating it. Remember, if the same director who made Logan is trying to do a final movie for Harrison Ford, you would think it's done with the same care because he did Logan so well.
Let's hope. But the thing is that Indiana Jones, you have to give him a good ending. Logan was just even better because it's a tragedy, you know. But Indiana Jones, you have to give him a good ending. You can't kill him, you know.
Not necessarily, but
remember when he held his heart in his hand? Oh.
See, that's good. Like that's why Logan is just different.
And
then they're not doing that with Indiana Jones, bro. It's not gonna be that deep.
I don't think so. And then Samir mentioned John Wick 4, which honestly, I gotta be honest, the reason I didn't put it in the list, it did not look that great to me on the first trailer. I take it back. It does look good, but it looks like more of the same. And I kind of want to see where they go next with the franchise. I think 3, the third one, was really good. I like 3 more than 2. So I thought 3 was like a really good point where they left it off of. I know where they're going with it now, where he's like all alone now and he has to kind of like do it without the agency or whatever. But if that's what
it's always the same movie.
That's what I'm saying. It's always kind of the same movie. But this time, you know, like every movie they have some big flagship action scene they show in the trailers. Like the last one's like him on the horse, and the other one's him on something else. This time, all the action kind of seemed like the same. Is he fighting like the Yakuza or something? This one, like it's a little bit of the same. Maybe with sword fighting. Is that new for the John Wick? I don't know. But I want to see them do different things if they're gonna keep going on with the franchise. So that's why it wasn't in my top.
The dark horse movie though for me for this year is Wonka. That could break in the top 5. Honestly, it's slated for December 15th, so it's still 2023. I don't know if it's going to be or not, but it might be dark horse only because Timothée Chalamet could go crazy with it.
Yeah, so there is a Wonka movie coming out. Samir, you said
like Willy Wonka, right? Like Willy Wonka.
Yeah. So it's like is it a prequel or is it just literally a retelling? Who knows?
I think it's like an origin prequel.
What the hell?
Right?
Yeah. I actually have a photo of it. I can just.
I'm making that my number 1.
This guy loves Willy Wonka. So I'll let me put Wonka, see how he looks like. So it's Timothée Chalamet as Wonka. I think it's a young Wonka movie. It's like him rising up to become the chocolatier that we all know he is. But so yeah, that could be pretty good.
Watch it be a deconstruction story.
And Alex also like, wait, I had no idea. So yeah, that's coming out this year, right? Did they say that? I don't remember. There's been no.
It's slated for December 15th right now, but it could be delayed.
That's 1, bro.
All right, so he's going. He's going with his number 1. Samir, it's your top 3 too now. What do you think?
It could be. I don't know.
But what's gonna fall off? Oppenheimer?
Everyone knows he's not excited. Like you could see from Samir's face, he's not excited for the Oppenheimer thing. He's just saying it because you guys are saying it. He wants Willy Wonka to be his third.
You know it's gonna be good. You have to say.
Bro, half the movies in black and white, half the movies in color.
He made a real bomb for it, like the meme, bro.
They had to make a real nuclear bomb for it, and you're saying that you're not giving him props? Can't be your top 3.
We're all forgetting the elephant in the room, which is Super Mario, the animated movie, which looks so good.
It does.
Talk about it because Zion hates it.
Whoa. Let me respond.
It actually does look good.
I said the animation looks so good.
And the music and the sound design.
But the movie just boring. Like, I don't care for a Super Mario story. You know,
I do.
Who plays the games for the story? So why do you care to watch the story? You know?
Also, Chris Pratt's the wrong guy to.
The animation looks absolutely amazing. The animation is like crazy.
I'm saying it looks really good. Illumination, they know how to do movies. Listen, Illumination, they know how to do movies. I don't know.
So you're a big fan of the Minions?
No, I'm not a big fan of the Minions, but the Minions are obviously like a big
just the Minions. It's gonna have the same type of jokes and geared towards a very younger audience.
I'll be honest, it doesn't. It looks like it's very like faithful to like.
Faithful to what? What story is there? What
games? It looks faithful to the games.
It does.
One of the last trailers, it wasn't a trailer, it was actually a clip of the show, of the movie. And the intricate sound design, I'm telling you, it looks so good. Like every little thing we're doing was straight out of the games. Like little sounds. This movie looks good.
It looks really fun to watch.
Yeah, it looks good.
It may not be top 10.
The story, it doesn't look good.
It might not be top 10, but I guarantee if we're sitting here.
Zane just said 2 seconds ago it looked amazing.
I said the visuals look amazing, but story-wise, it is not.
That's how I feel about Oppenheimer.
Bro just equated Oppenheimer to Mario, which is actually not a bad comparison in hindsight.
Amir loves Oppenheimer movies, bro.
No, I'm saying it's not like the general point he's making is if he cares about visuals and not story, that's basically
Oppenheimer. That sounds just like Avatar and MCU. Visuals, not story.
That is exactly Avatar.
Okay, so whatever. Mario could be good.
Avatar was top 5 last year, so.
No one's gonna beat that argument, but Zane's too smart with that argument, bro.
I'm not gonna get it. We went like 1 hour last time on it. Alex said he can't get behind as Mario. I don't think it's the best casting. They made him kind of like a New York plumber. Like he has a New York accent, which is like different than what we know Mario to be. But it kind of is what it is. Maybe he'll. I mean, based on the trailer, from my understanding, Mario is gonna be like a real life plumber who gets like brought into the universe. Something like that. Am I reading
that'd be the worst thing ever.
Okay, that'd be the worst thing.
So they're not true to the game. So you're wrong. You lied.
Huh?
You're like, oh, they're true to
the
game.
There is no true origin. Unless I'm mistaken, there's no true origin to Mario of how he got in the world. Who said he was born there? Maybe he just got taken there. And now he's going to live there forever.
Nah, search it up. Someone search it up right now. What's the true origin of Mario?
It starts with him and Peach already together. Then she gets kidnapped and he has to save her. Hello? So he's already part of the world.
That's not true.
Yes, it is.
That is true.
Mario's a landlord or something. I don't know. I can't really tell.
So bad. That's so bad.
He's an op then. I'm not on his side.
Yeah, you're making him a villain, you know?
I don't know, man. He's something. He's a plumber for sure. That's his whole job.
But we know that.
All right. So Alec got a question for us while we kind of like keep moving through. He's saying, very simple. We probably will cover this again, maybe like in a deeper video, but very quick because we'll save it for another video like that one. But what will be the best and worst superhero movie this year? I don't have the list off the top of my head. I'm sorry. But my best I can give very easy. It's going to be Spider-Verse. In terms of what's going to be the worst, I have to say it's Ant-Man only because the director's Peyton Reed, right? He hasn't shown anything to me in the first 2 movies and everything he's
but his public complaint to Marvel that came out was that he told him that he doesn't want to be just another like a comic relief or like a levity movie in between other Marvel movies. He wants to actually have importance. So maybe this could be different, yeah.
But the trailer said nothing to make me think otherwise. It's
that is true.
A very messy CGI movie. So I would think Ant-Man's the worst, though. You never know. That I think the Flash and Shazam, I think, could end up being the worst depending on what they do.
Shazam is easily going to be the worst.
The reason Aquaman isn't going to be the worst, at least I think James Wan can put together a decent movie. So I think it's going to be decent. Like we might come out of Aquaman 2 saying that, okay, like it was serviceable. Where I don't think
it's coming out.
You think Aquaman's going to like?
I think they're just going to destroy it. Like,
if they were going to do, they would have already done it.
Too big on that for them to just can it. You know?
Yeah, if they were going to do, they would have already done it. Batgirl had a $70 million budget to ate it, but you can't eat a $300 million Aquaman movie. They've just released it and just hope for the best. And it will make more than 300 million. It made the first movie $1 billion, so they have more confidence in it making some kind of.
It'll make a solid 668.
Double Black
668.
Adam. That's double Black Adam, so they'll do it. They don't mind, you know.
Well, then the red, but a lot of people are just not going to go watch it because the Flash will already rewrite everything.
Maybe, but I think the worst is going to be Ant-Man. Guardians 3. It depends how you see James Gunn's humor. If he's going to go really, I think Guardians will be middle of the pack. If he goes really heartfelt, it could be like middle-ish, you know, like high middle, you know. But otherwise, I'm expecting it's going to be mid-tier no matter what. But that's my generals. How about you? Best, worst?
Best, obvious Spider-Verse. But the worst is not Ant-Man. The worst is Shazam, and that's so clear. Like literally, even the Ant-Man trailers, as bad as they look, at least I'm more interested in the story than if Shazam. Shazam looks boring that's not true. Every level.
Ant-Man looks genuinely worse.
No, Shazam looks so bad and boring.
No.
Like they have to really convince me. At least Jonathan Majors as Kang, like that is one piece that's okay. Something to look forward to. Something's exciting.
But then you just watch
Shazam has nothing that is exciting to me. You know. Who Shazam?
Shazam could be more of a movie than Ant-Man. Ant-Man looks like it's.
I don't think so.
Shazam's bad, right? All right, so
it's not
look good.
All right, so keep moving around the room. So, Samir, what about you?
Isn't the Marvels coming out?
That's come out this year? Let me search this. The Marvels.
Pretty sure it is, but
Oh, yeah, it is coming this year, but it's definitely going to get delayed.
haven't seen anything of it. Not excited. Don't need to see anything. But if not that, it would probably be Shazam. Yeah. I think Ant-Man for the same reason. I just want to see Jonathan Majors as Kang, even though that's not even going to be his best role this year. Obviously, Creed 3 is coming out, and that looks pretty good. It's better than the second one.
We didn't mention Creed 3. That's a good point. That's up there. That could be top 10.
Most of the comic book movies this year look pretty bad. There's not a lot to look forward
to.
Doesn't.
I agree. Outside of Spider-Verse, it will probably be a bad year for superhero movies. And then we'll see in 2025.
The Flash could be okay.
I think the Flash could be
watchable, bro.
It could be watchable
because since it's the end, I kind of just want them to do everything and anything. You know,
I want them to because it's confirmed that they removed Henry Cavill's all his cameos out of the movie, and they removed all of Gal Gadot's cameos out of the movie. So they couldn't even do the basic of, okay, it's the last movie. Let's see all the characters back in one finals movie, like one last goodbye to all the characters. They're not
but those scenes were not about a goodbye though. They were setting.
They don't want to remind you.
Yeah, they don't want to remind you of any other Superman or any other Wonder Woman when they're clearly rebooting, you know? So I think that's like.
Also, if James Gunn makes like, a nice heartfelt Superman movie, I'm telling you right now, Grass is gonna say it's the best Superman movie ever.
I will not say it's the best, but
he will.
Listen, one thing. Listen, I'm actually we all joke around like all cultists. I'm actually very open to a good made Superman movie.
Joking?
Go on the stream. My stream comments, they're consistent. When we thought the Henry Cavill news was dead, remember for like a good year and a half, it was like he's not coming back. We were all four of us were saying that just reboot now because we can't have no Superman on screen. Let's just get anyone on screen. But then what makes this feel worse is that they brought him back. They said Man of Steel 2 is coming out, and then they pulled it away. That was annoying. But remember, we were pretty like content with a reboot coming. Now, James Gunn writing a Superman movie does feel like it's a stab in the heart for me because like anyone else would have been my choice.
Yes, it's gonna be Bryan Singer's Superman Returns 2.0.
I hope not. But
it is. He's gonna be wearing the underwears, bro.
Whether he does that or not,
it's gonna be the worst.
I probably think he will. I do agree he probably will, but I'm just talking from a writing perspective. Like you said, heartfelt Superman movie. The movie is going to be heartfelt for sure. It just depends on what they do with it. Again, we're moving towards that next Superman movie is also not the topic. But who did I not ask? Umar, yeah, you said what's your best Superman movie? What's the worst next year?
Okay, I just want to say Ant-Man's not going to be the worst because for a simple reason because they're not doing the same thing they did before. They're going to have in this one, it's probably going to like lead up to something where have like an actual.
But Alec is saying it looks like Spy
impact,
Kids, which actually is kind of a very good point. It looks like Spy Kids.
Spy Kids was good, bro.
You know what? It was kind of good the first movie. I'll be honest.
Wasn't there like 3 Spy Kids movies?
Yeah, but they got subsequently worse. They got poisoned towards the end.
Well, yeah, I guess.
And so
the best one is.
He's saying any MCU movie since Endgame has been so bad, there's no expectations for anything good to come out from them. Has there been anything good since Endgame? No, we had No Way Home, but he didn't like No Way Home. He's a contrarian on that one.
We had Wakanda Forever.
And Wakanda Forever was all right, yeah.
So, did you see Wakanda Forever? I don't remember if you saw it or not. I don't think we discussed it. I know the rest of it's pretty mid. Like, I remember we were talking about when Phase 4 just started, we were like, oh, Phase 4 starting out well. Now that Phase 4 is over and I look back at it, Phase 4 is pretty bad. Like, like they ended on a bad note. Like, it's been like really teetery Phase 4. It's like you got 2 good movies only. That's it. Spider-Verse and not Spider-Verse. Spider-Man.
That's because they're built universe until Endgame was really good.
Yeah, but now they're kind of
just like
this is kind of like a brand new Phase
1.
Also,
because the millions of like very mid-tier shows, there's too much oversaturation of Marvel content. Like now, the Marvel fatigue is so strong. I'm sick of Marvel content.
Yeah, because
you can watch any more Disney Plus Marvel shows unless maybe Daredevil,
WandaVision, Falcon Winter Soldier, Loki, Moon Knight, Miss Marvel.
Hawkeye.
Too many shows came out in Phase 4. We didn't need that much.
Also, what they did with Daredevil was criminal, bro.
You thought I didn't even watch it. I wasn't wasting my time.
It was criminal. That's how bad it was.
I don't want to waste my time with it.
Also, the best is obviously going to be Spider-Verse. It's not a joke.
I think that's it's almost like it's gonna clear. Yeah, Spider-Verse, like nothing's even in the same world, unfortunately.
I'll say Dark Horse, The Flash.
So suddenly saying Flash would be good.
Here's why I'll say Dark Horse, The Flash. Okay, because if it's still the same movie that they said it was going to be, and they're just cutting out some of the stuff from the end, then nothing changed. It might just be a mess. But it might be a mess that works.
Look, listen, it's your last time seeing those characters, so it's like you're gonna see Ezra Miller one last time. You're gonna see.
I don't care about Miller.
You're gonna see Ben Affleck one more time. Like
that part.
You get them one more time in costume, and you end the universe on whatever note. You know,
Samir, your favorite Batman's going away, bro. It's over.
I don't want to see two Ezra Millers on the screen.
There's actually three.
It'll be like that. It'll be like that CW Flash plot. You know,
there's actually three in the movie, not two.
Was that poster thing that was going on real, where it's like a big neck thing? Is that real?
I think that was real.
That looks so bad.
But there was
the Batman.
The big neck one is real. It's like a T-shirt poster. It's not a real poster. It's like something that's on.
Okay, because it looks so garbage. I was like, "What is this?"
No, well, remember the second Flash. Well, I don't know why I'm not gonna spoil this movie, but but the point is that there's.
What do you mean spoil this movie? The movie's not coming for another year. And
I know, but there's
it's whatever. Just say it.
No, don't spoil for the audience.
There's leaks. I'm aware of that. I don't want to spoil the audience, but I'm just saying there's things that are out there about the movie.
Tell us after.
Word for word, yeah. So. And then a few more quick comments before we kind of like wrap. But Zach Zilla says the favorite movie is Super Mario Brothers because animation. And then Alex says, I agree with Umar, Flash could come out of nowhere. It could. Like, I'm not saying it can't. Like, Andy Muschietti could bring out the heat, but it's just, I don't know. I kind of agree with Umar, or maybe Umar didn't make the point. Maybe Samir made it. Whoever made it, or maybe I'm making it myself. The point that because the universe is already ending, it's not doing anything. Where before we were angry that it was doing the act, which was making Mal Keaton the new Batman. Now it's not doing anything. There is no purpose to the movie other than just being a movie. So in that sense, it could be watchable. We were saying in the context of what the DCEU was doing, the Flash was going to really dismantle everything because it was trying to like put a lot of characters in the bin, you know? But now everyone's going in the bin, so it's kind of like we're all on even ground, you know?
In fact, because Michael Keaton's confirmed to go to the bin, this is one of the greatest movie ever.
Listen, the canceled Batman
I didn't think of that. Now that very garbage plan is done, like now I'm very excited for the movie.
Well, he's the beginning and end
of the movie.
Listen, but it's Samir's gonna say this. I think Samir's gonna make my point. What's your point you're gonna make?
That is the plot of the movie.
It's still the plot. That means
no, they shot differently. They shot differently.
The DCU is still gonna end with Michael Keaton being the new Batman, but it's gonna just be like we're just gonna know that's how it ends. You know, like that's the end of it.
Yeah, but in my own head canon, I won't even consider that real.
You won't consider it the final scene of the movie
since it won't lead to any more Michael Keaton Batman. I'm perfectly fine with it. Like, let him do whatever they want. We were all talking about, if you have Michael Keaton, at least make a Batman Beyond movie. They canceled an actual Batman Beyond movie with Terry McGinnis and everything. They're like, the first thing James Gunn did, he canceled 3 movies. He came in, he said, Man of Steel 2, gone. Wonder Woman 3, gone. Terry McGinnis, Batman Beyond movie, gone. So that's 3 movies.
Yeah, 2 of those movies are going to be really bad, so it's fine. Kind of made the right choice. I think I'm going to get on this boat now because it is what it is. Yeah.
It is what it is. I mean, you have Matt Reeves Batman. You have somewhat of a start. Though I don't think that's part
of
it.
Who knows? If they pull off some 10-year plan like Marvel did, we won't even remember Zack Snyder. You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't even...
What's this guy saying, bro?
It'll be
not
over.
True.
It'll not true. Bad movies,
we'll always remember that. If only we got to see the ending, you know.
No,
we already saw the ending.
It's
more. Why don't you just watch the
no
Project
movie,
Justice League or whatever? That was the ending.
Let me tell you. This is actually a topic for another stream, but let me tell you the whole point of this thing: the DCU, the new one, the new DC universe. At its best, it will be just better than whatever DC's been putting out lately, which is not bad. But I don't think it's going to hit the highs of anything Nolan or Snyder did. It's just going to be better than anything we've been getting recently. That means the James Gunn universe, I think it will be better than the Black Adam's quality, Shazam quality, Wonder Woman 84 quality, Birds of Prey quality. I think we're going to get a better quality than that. But it's just never going to be super cinematic either. We're just going to be in the middle zone, you know, outside of what Matt Reeves is doing. And I don't know if you can't even count Joaquin Phoenix Joker to be his part of his universe. That's a whole different thing too.
According to Gammy, it was never cinematic.
Wait a minute, Joker 2 is that coming out this year? When is Joker 2 coming out?
I don't think it is. Is it
it's 2024? Yeah, I was gonna say if Joker 2 is coming out this year, we could have put that on our list, but it's not. Yeah,
I feel like that movie's gonna be bad.
It could be, but at least they're trying something. I think it'll be good, but they're trying something.
I don't think so because if Joaquin has faith in it, then it'll be good. Yeah. He wouldn't have come back if it wasn't something good. So that's what I'm betting my bet on.
He did say that he said he would never do a sequel, like he's against sequels. So I think to make him come for this movie, first you need a gigantic check with millions of zeros on it, and then you needed
which he deserves.
then you needed a script that he would be like, okay, you know. He said okay to the script, so I guess it could be good. Then again, it's a musical. Maybe he wants to sing.
What about
Okay, you know what else is a musical? Lion King. The best anime movie of all time.
Okay, I said it could be good, but the musical aspect from what everyone is saying is Harley Quinn's mind doing the musical. She sees she's crazy enough for everything around her as a musical, so she's seeing things a certain way, and I think Joaquin will be seeing things from his very dark and dancing in like the bathroom version that he does in the first movie. Like he sees things from a dark perspective, and Harley Quinn sees everything from a very like crazy perspective. I don't know if they're even doing Harley Quinn or they're just doing Dr. Quinzel. Like I think they're going to be doing the latter. Like she'll just be the doctor that takes care of Phoenix. But
isn't there like leaked like photos or something of her in the?
No, I think that was Photoshop. And I don't think anything leaked formally.
I still don't like Lady
Gaga.
It
looked real. It looked real. It looked like she's wearing that stuff.
Maybe she's put like a TikTok or something. But you say you don't like Lady Gaga as Harley Quinn?
Not really.
No.
Who would you prefer? Rooney Mara? Like let them reunite on camera?
No.
Who?
That would have been so good.
You wouldn't have been.
Samir was in love with
mine, but I don't really care for Lady Gaga as Harley Quinn.
I think that makes sense to some degree.
I mean, was she good in A Star Is Born? I didn't even watch it.
I think she was okay. She win like something? No, she didn't win. She was nominated. Look, let's be honest. That cast her because she can sing. It's a musical, and she can kind of do the New Jersey accent that Harley Quinn needs. Like she can pull up the New Jersey accent, and she could sing. There you go. What's so funny, Zan? Let's share it with the class.
Yeah, share with the class.
We didn't talk about Blue Beetle, bro. It's coming out. A superhero movie.
Is that coming this year? Is that coming this year?
It is. It is. I forgot about that. Yeah.
It's gonna be
the only thing that's good is the costume, bro. Stop.
It's gonna be middle of the pack.
I don't know how this guy on the straight face said that Adam was gonna be worse than Shazam.
I'm telling you, it will be.
Shazam is up there. It could be one of the worst superheroes of all time.
How do you know? It never happened yet.
The trailer
looks so. You know why? It's because Zachary Levi. He's like,
and also he's bad too. He looks like he got worse in acting since the last Shazam.
He genuinely, I think, is a bad actor. To be honest, I'm sorry. But
also, his whole thing on I don't know was it on Instagram or whatever. It was so stupid.
I didn't do it.
I saw it. You didn't see it? His whole thing about the DC.
Was the one who's like, "I'm safe from the reboot" or something? Like,
no, it's the one where he's safe. Dude, he said a bunch of nothing. He's like, "Oh, I'm gonna address this DC thing," and then he said nothing. Like he just said a bunch of words. Like,
he doesn't know what's happening, and spoiler alert, he's not coming back. So they're not bringing him back, bro. I don't know. He's like, something that James Gunn will be like, "Yes, you, Zachary Levi, you're safe." Like, bro, you're not. I'm sorry. It's over.
The sad thing is, he should have been the first to be like, "Oh."
They can't let him go because it's an active movie. So WB is very smart. So you saw James Gunn's tweet. He's like, "Oh, I don't know what's out there about Ezra Miller." Like, bro, of course you know. You still want to say it because you don't want to tank the movie. So we asked him like, "Oh, can you dispel the rumor? Like, the rumor was that there's no Wonder Woman in James Gunn's plan, and the second rumor was that Ezra Miller might stay actually as Flash." And he said for Wonder Woman, it's not true. There will be a Wonder Woman in the plans. It just won't be Gal Gadot, but he's not saying it, but we all know it. And then there'll be a new actress, which honestly is not the worst thing in the world either. They could get a better actress for Wonder Woman. So and then the second one is Ezra Miller. Is he coming back or not? And he said, "Oh, I don't know what's out there," which is code word for those in the business who are like, "Oh, there is something like happening with Flash, but it's just not going to be him. They're just going to do something new."
Take Grant Gustin, bro. They're gonna use that dumb idiot.
Speaking of Grant Gustin, The Flash is ending this year. I don't know who's going to watch it. Maybe.
So you're saying the Flash season finale will be better than the Flash movie? That's what you're saying right now.
But they said, didn't they say Stephen Amell's coming back in Arrow for the for the final?
What if it is? What if it just happens to be better? Like
it's not.
You love CW, bro.
They won't even go do good on the promise of like when Ezra Miller showed up in the Flash show and he's like, we're all building crisis chat.
Why is Zane laughing, bro?
That one clip from Arrow that like went viral or whatever, where like, the explosions are happening, they're all running, and like Felicity like, tripped over or something like that. I'm telling you, how do people watch that series? How are people waiting week to week for that show?
We have appointment television, bro, for 5-year-olds. But
Listen, at DC Fandom, they went all in on the boots, and then they released a poster with the finale, and it's
They're just boots. That's all they can sell. No, they can only sell boots. The game is finished, bro.
The whole marketing was that he has his gold.
Wait, there's a funny comment I gotta bring up in the chat. Wait, what are you guys laughing at?
How can it be that bad?
Bro, it's just a CW show.
But how is it? They didn't market anything about the story. It was just that he's getting his
bro.
Who did I think cares about it?
Why I'm not the only one on screen? What the hell? Umar, come back. Give me some support.
Shiraz, I don't think you understand the joke. You understand the marketing was only the boots?
I understand. Listen.
It's so
The
stupid.
poster's boots.
We're talking about Walter Hamada of DC, bro.
They didn't. The Flash is not even. It's just the boots. What kind of stupid marketing is that?
I pulled up the marketing chat. The chat for the final season of Flash. It's all that. You know, I take it back. The Ezra Miller Flash was pretty good compared to it. This can't be this. It could be better than this, bro.
Also, why are the boots so bad? Like, the boots aren't even good, bro.
So,
How's he
has the
run
boots.
in those boots, bro?
no,
How's he
it's the
running
boot.
in those?
He has the boots now, bro. Can I say? All right, so we have a comment from this guy named Jasper. That Spider-Verse because Spider-Man is good and Dune is you know. And yes, I'm the same No Way Home guy from the New Year's stream. So the guy who's the only one guy who agreed with Zian's take on Avatar is back to say that Dune is
I
garbage.
appreciate the support.
Dune is garbage, and Spider-Man will be good because Spider-Man.
What about Arrakis?
Bro, the fans started conspiring with the boots like it had some importance. I'm telling you, no, it doesn't. Uzi makes a good point. Some of the WB cultists, bro, they hype up anything. It's like consume product and get ready for the next product meme. Like they're like, yes, the boots are like 5 retweets of the boots are back.
They're just the CW cultists.
No, I'm telling you, some of the general cultists do the same thing with like anything James Gunn says, like gospel. They're like, oh my god, James Gunn said this. Like, bro, who cares? Like he's constantly lying on the timeline just to get the hype for the universe. Either way, so you know, next year, guys, for information, we got Oppenheimer,
You mean
Spider-Verse, Dune, Wonka, and these boots. So we got the whole mix of things you can watch.
Bro, I'm telling you right now, Wonka's gonna be top 10 all time.
Not all time.
All
This year. Maybe this year, but not top 10 all time. But
It could break into top 5 depending on
no.
Scorsese's movie or John Wick. How
It won't be top 5.
you never know.
Because what we haven't discussed on the stream is all the indie movies who are going to be getting like throughout the film festivals and they're getting hyped throughout the year. I feel like there's some movies we don't know about. They're gonna definitely. What's that movie that Walking Phoenix like the Beau is Afraid or something?
Oh yeah, I think I saw the poster for that.
Is that a horror movie? It is, isn't it?
No, it's not horror.
I'll never
It's like,
watch
probably like a,
Big horror.
it's like a psychological movie, you know?
Yeah, but Charlotte's favorite movie, Knock at the Cabin, is coming out.
You know what? That
Oh,
movie
yeah,
doesn't look that bad. It doesn't look that bad.
So
Chad,
good.
Beau
That's
is
because
Afraid.
he's gonna put some crazy twists in there and twist in the end.
This movie is extreme horror, from my understanding. I just googled it right now, so it's not a psychological thriller.
I will never watch it then.
Don't watch it.
I was gonna watch it anyways.
The Beau is Afraid. It's the person who made Midsommar and Hereditary, Ari Aster. He only makes the most crazy horror movies. So yeah, that movie's also good. Either way, what do you guys think about 2023 movies? What are you excited for? Let us know in the comments below. Join the debate. From myself, from Zian, from Umar, and from Samir, we're the Farooqi Bros, and we'll see you next time. Peace out.